Dr. Byock, thank you for joining us today.
Dr. Storey, it's a pleasure to be with you.
As I remember, you were president of this academy in 1997?
That's correct.
Tell us about that year and the challenges you faced.
Oh my heavens, there was so much going on. There was a lot of attention to the work that we do that year. Dying Well had just come out, so I was already traveling and speaking. I had taken off time from work to do that. The Academy was very much in the forefront. The Institute of Medicine was holding hearings, so we were getting attention from media for the first time. The Supreme Court was debating the physician-assisted suicide cases, and they gave their decision in June of that year, during the time, I believe, that we were at our annual meeting in Chicago.
Wow.
So it was a really big sort of media year, and I had the pleasure of being president during a time when we were able to sort of lift up the Academy a notch or two in the public consciousness. Mm-hmm. And really, I think it took a stretch that year and matured as a national organization that physicians and others look to as a voice of authority in matters dealing with serious illness and dying.
Well, you certainly faced some choppy waters that year also.
Well, there was some of that growth that we experienced came with a lot of growing pains. We uncovered some serious difficulties with the management, including the finances of the Academy. We needed to change the management in difficult circumstances, which were particularly stressful for myself as president, but I think for the board really was difficult when we discovered that there was problems and working through those. But we did get through it, and the board, I think, grew as an academy moving through this. We took our mission more seriously and took sort of ownership of this organization in a way that was important. And we didn't let the administrative challenges stop us on our organizational and academic mission. Jerry Holman was very active during that time, trying to get the board certification off the grounds. I remember testifying in front of the IOM committee in Washington, I think May of 1996. I was incoming president at that time, and announcing that there was going to form an American board of hospice and palliative medicine, and we would be providing certifications. And Christine Castle, who was co-chair of the committee, and others looked up like, oh my goodness, what are these upstarts doing? We just went ahead and did it because it needed to be done. And as you know, we did it really with the support of ABMS and knowing that this was the path toward true board certification.
Amazing, all that happened. I remember one of our first executive directors at AMC commenting that the American Academy of Hospice and Palliative Medicine had less money than she had in her checking account. So it wasn't that we brought, it wasn't for our financial reserves that we were taking on, as I remember.
No, but we had real credibility because we were working hard to build the I-beams of this field, the information and evidence base, the protocols and policies, and articulating the principles of palliative medicine, and ultimately interesting funders, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, the Soros Foundation, Open Society Institute, and Nathan Cummings Foundation, and others in the opportunities to really move the needle and improve access to services and quality of care.
You've seen some changes in growth since then. What do you see as our major strengths and our major upcoming challenges?
Well, the Academy's major strength is its credibility and the expertise that it makes available all across to clinicians, to health service managers and leaders, to policymakers who are grappling with difficult health policy issues related to access and to services and quality of care and costs of care. We are I think, the credible go-to organization, rightly, in the resource center, and we're training. Our training programs are, beyond compare. Our materials, like the primer, thank you very much, and all of the the work that you have done are beyond compare. The Unipacks are really core curriculum. All of that. I think our challenges, frankly, are great. I think that despite all that this field has done, countervailing forces are threatening to swamp the progress that we've made. I think the demographics are working, against us in many ways, and while we're making incremental changes and improvements, the march of disease treatment and funded so well by the reimbursement structures and the desires of patients and families, of course, to survive, and the availability of high-tech, ever more expensive interventions and therapeutics, pharmacology, obviously, to keep people alive, is making it ever harder to die in America, even today. And I frankly think that we're out of time. I think that we're out of time for incremental change. The Academy, I hope, really adopts a very ambitious public health agenda to participate as a voice for dying people and their families, for seriously ill people and their families, to really get attention to their whole person needs as individuals and families. No other organization is doing that in America today. And as I look at the landscape of serious illness care, there is a big missing piece having to do with real citizen consumer advocacy, enlightened professional advocacy. I just don't see it. And my wish is that we get on board, well-fund the Shaping the Future campaign, by the way.
Thank you.
And really see this as one of a phased set of campaigns to really and truly shape the future, not for ourselves, not even for our field, but for the patients and families we serve and our future colleagues will serve. That's what I hope for this Academy.
Thank you so much for your past leadership and your present leadership. Anything else you want to add?
No, it's remarkable. I mean, I have to say, as we turn 25 years old, I celebrate the successes. It is remarkable to be where we are and look back and to, say, finally, you're still looking pretty good.